Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, traders. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great trading day. And this is the market profile review of earlier this morning's session. It is about 3:54 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, I'm doing this live. Don't need to prove the time. We're going to keep today nice, short and sweet so we can head into our holiday weekend. Monday, we do have a half day, but, maybe, like I said this morning, maybe the stock market will be pretty active since it's the first day of the new quarter. It's, the second half of the year, first day of the new month, so mutual funds and other sorts of investment funds are going to be looking to, put in their positions for the quarter. And the futures, they might have a bit of a range, but it'll be done on very low volume. So let's take a look at the markets today through the market profile. The S&P 500 remained in a bracket. It didn't really go anywhere at all. When we take a look at the profile, in the profile view, we can see yesterday's range, very large range, 2402 all the way up to 2441, about a close to 40-point range. And today we opened and we traded for the most part inside that range. That's called an inside day. When we're trading inside the previous day's range, is called an inside day. And usually when we have inside days, there's a good probability that we're going to remain in a bracketed type of trading. We should have remained very range bound. Looking at the S&P 500, none of the areas I was looking to buy or sell ever got hit. We really maintained that tight trading range of 2416-ish all the way up to 2430, which is a decent range. It's about a 13-point range, 14-point range, but at the same time, compared to what we've been seeing and some of the areas we were looking to buy and sell for support and resistance, never really got hit. So, there's markets closing soon. I'm done trading. I made my money for today, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel these orders. Switching it over to hybrid view, we can see we had negative 14,000, 15,000 now total imbalance. And this number is going to start going a little crazy because we're about 3 minutes away from ending the day here. And it looks like we're going to be doing it on a seller's note, pushing the market lower. So there was really nothing to do in the S&P 500 unless you trade a different strategy. For the market profile, there really wasn't much. This one I'm going to close live for everyone. And crude oil, fantastic trade. This one came off the pullback CCI, and when we take a look, on a non-cumulative view, we got a huge spike in crude oil. This was around 12 o'clock noon time. We went from cumulatively being in the negative to going into the positive. We were pretty negative. I know it doesn't seem it when you look at it through scale, but we were at the lows. We were negative 2,500 total imbalance. And on that spike, we actually went all the way up to positive 3,200, almost 3,300 imbalance. So that was a huge volume spike that we got here. And I got long on the pullback of that bar. And I've been holding it ever since. The cumulative volume has continued to grow to the upside, more buyers and sellers. We can see that number right here, 12,000. I can circle it, 12,913. That's 12,000 more trades on the ask than on the bid. And since it's almost 4 o'clock, I mean, I still have till 4:15 to close this, but I'm just going to go ahead and just move this up and get out of the trade here. Oh, it's a stop limit. There we go. So it looks like I got about 62 ticks on that trade. I was long 8 contracts. I sold 5 for 12 ticks, and that was kind of my runner for the rest of the time. Again, as you know, volume continued to increase in the positive direction. Again, when you use other platforms and you're looking at volume, you're looking at volume of both the sellers and the buyers. There's no real way to dissect the two and figure out which one is buying and which one is selling. With our software, we can figure that out using the time and sales. We can see who's buying and who's selling because of the bid and ask spread. You know, trades on the bids equals selling, right? And trades on the ask equals buyers. So when we can differentiate between the two, we could take the difference, and the difference today is a positive 12,910. So that's a lot of buying. And we know it's not short covering because when you're buying, when the market is buying the market, right? When players are buying the market and the price of the contract continues to move higher, we're directly trading in the trend, right? In the direction of the trend. But I'm going to show you what it doesn't look like, and that would be here with the yen. I'm gonna go ahead and go to profile down here and go to hybrid. Now here, this is interesting, right? This is how we know, this is how we can also differentiate short covering versus actual buying. And this is just pure and simple short covering. We here in the yen, we were looking, looks like I deleted the areas that I was looking to buy and sell, but we did come into the areas that I figured it was around here in the, doesn't matter anymore. It's on the morning video, but we could see the yen just continuously getting beat up all day long. Meanwhile, the cumulative volume of the 20 to 200 lot trader continued to grow. Now there's tons of 20 to 200 lot trades throughout a given day, but when you add them up and you take the difference between the ones that are on the ask versus the ones that are on the bid, we had a positive 300 value to that. That positive 300 shows us that there was certainly some buying in here. But when we take a look at price is actually moving lower as this is moving higher. And what this signifies on an intraday basis is that these guys are short covering. So they might have gotten short, whether it was yesterday when we see here there was certainly some selling, right? Price moving down with the volume. And maybe they started finally short covering as prices were moving lower. And here is the evidence of that. So going back to crude oil, we can see that as they were buying, the market was headed higher. So this isn't short covering. This is just new buying, speculative buying, and when we roll over to the profile, I mean, it's even evident there when we take a look at the 20 to 200 lot buyer. You know, it looks like they were selling here earlier, and then they started buying it, and the market was going up higher with it. Okay, we never hit the level that we really wanted to get long. We were actually looking for all the way down here at 44.50. The market never really sold off to get into that level, so we had to buy it in a different way. And when we take a look at the profile, early this morning before the extension higher here on C period, we did have a P-shaped distribution, which is a trending up pattern. Usually when we have these trending up patterns overnight, the idea is to find a place to buy it. So I found a way to buy it, and I stuck to it and got a 62 ticks profit on this trade. So as you can see, it's not just market profile. It's using the profile as an idea, right? Not just trading based off of it or trading based on what I'm seeing there, but it also tells me what I should be doing because of what the market has been doing. Looking at the euro, I didn't take any trades here in the euro. A couple of scalps, but that was about it. Nothing to brag about, just a couple $100 in profit. And there was really not much to do here in the euro. We were looking to sell this one. So you can see here in the profile, it's a D followed by a B. The area was to sell it, but we know just from looking at the market, there's just been nothing but buyers in quite a few sessions. Going back to this view, we can see the cumulative volume is negative. At this current moment, it's negative 7,554. So they were definitely selling the market, but price wasn't really affected too drastically. But going back to the profile, we were looking to buy down here at 114 flat. Of course, that never really came true, so we didn't have any trades here in the euro. The 30-year bond, this one, I mean, we knew it was an impossible trade, but we said we might as well have an order out there. Why can't I pull it up? There it is. Okay. We knew it was an impossible trade, but we figured we'll try it anyways. We had a D here, followed by a move lower on a B-shaped pattern. Looks like we traded higher and then came back lower. The idea was to find a place to sell it, right? We were in a trending down pattern. Looking at the hybrid view, it looks like there was some short covering here at the end of the day, turning us a 1,500 positive imbalance here on the 50 to 200 lot trader over positive 2,000. So it looks like the institutions were the ones that brought us into the positive for the rest of the day. We were below zero for most of the morning. Looks like the short covering began after a move lower yesterday. They were selling it hard. Looks like just some more short covering since we're not seeing any follow through from the contract. And again, just we were looking for a place to sell it. See, even here, it distributed sideways and then dipped lower. This is where we're currently at right here. So we had the sell up here at 155.02, which was 1 point away from the market, or 32 ticks away from the market. And we knew it was an impossible feat, but if the market did want to trade higher, it'd probably find resistance there, and then we could catch what could possibly have been the high of the day. So, I mean, trading is over. Just going to go ahead and cancel that. Let's see, what other contract am I missing here? Gold. Gold. Looking at gold, we were looking for a place to sell it. If you take a look here, we have a D followed by a B. This is what we saw this morning. And this distribution opened here. Traded lower, continued the consolidation, moving lower in B patterns. It's a selling pattern. We were looking for a place to sell it. I know some of my students took advantage of this trade, and they started selling up here at time at 1244.50, and they made out pretty well, but they had to wait a long time just to make at least a couple of points. So today's trading was pretty woeful. We could see from the 20 to 200 lot trader that, you know, the institutions, they just weren't doing anything. And if you're wondering what the 20 to 200 lot trader means, it's a cumulative value of 20 lots or 20 contract trades all the way up to 200. So anything in between 20 to 200, it gets added up in a pool, and we should display it here as a candlestick so we can see buying and selling at different periods throughout the day. And this buying and selling is important. We can see what the institutions are doing, because it's certainly not the average Joe trading a 20 lot trade in gold. Even trading through Ninja Trader, the day trading margin on this market is $1,000. No average Joe is slinging $20,000 to $200,000 on a trade, right? So we know that the only people capable of trading these sizes on a daily basis constantly are the institutions. So it's nice to dissect this information and display it in this form. We could also display it in the form of a histogram. If we go over here, we can see that the histogram was also pretty weak compared to yesterday's sell-off, where we could see just large institutions just selling. Today was just pretty quiet all the way around. As for gold, because we are moving in a selling pattern, we were looking to sell. As long as we got a rally, we were looking to sell it. Didn't quite get up to this 1250 area, so I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. I did not take any trades in gold today. I only took trades in crude oil and a couple of scalps in the euro. That's about it. So today wasn't very active trading day for me. Alrighty guys, I think that's all the charts. Actually, one more. We might as well go over the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq, this one, you know, again, didn't really do anything. We have a double distribution. We can see two peaks and one valley. Okay, distributions are called the peaks. We call them distributions, and when we split them, we can see that you have a D followed by a P. We were looking for a place to buy. The rest of the market rallied and then sold off and then rallied. I mean, you can see that here, the distribution going up and down, building on top of itself. At the end of the day, after it's all said and done, looks like a negative 4,500 total imbalance here. And let's turn over to hybrid view, because I see some buying here. I just want to know if price moved with it. And we're zooming in. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so definitely some buying went on in here. Right at these lows, right on this tail on the Nasdaq, we can see that they started coming in, and you know, the end result was prices moving higher. So they were definitely doing some buying here at the lows. Evidently enough, just underneath the TWAP, right there and right there, we can see little these little blue shades, and I'll show you even closer look. We can see how many contracts really got traded there. Yeah, so there was some big selling some big selling right there at the lows. Unfortunately for them, they got screwed. The buyers looks like they came in between these two prices, and I'm seeing about 387 and 376. I can't zoom in anymore because then it just becomes pretty crazy. I mean, I can, but then I gotta up scroll to view those numbers. There they are. So 347 right here, and 315. Those were large ask sizes versus bid sizes. So well, executed volume, actually, we had more on the ask than on the bid, right there and right there. And that's generally, we can speculate that that's where these guys, 20 to 200 lot traders, that's where they were getting in, right in between these prices. And when these guys get in, they got to get in large, and they got to get in multiple prices, because the market does move on them. But anyways, guys, that is all the time I have for today. I hope everybody's enjoyed these Facebook Live videos. We'll definitely be doing more of these next week, and hope you guys can make it. So we'll be doing them. I start going live around 8:30 in the morning Eastern time, and then again around 4 p.m. Eastern time, or pretty much the close of the day. We'll put out our predictions in the morning, and then we'll see what the market did. So thanks for your viewing, and hope everybody has a great 4th of July weekend and 4th of July holiday. Thanks, guys.